Time for one more reading, short reading. All right, so why whole hog? We have people, we have taste, and now for something a little deeper. And for this reading, I'm going to take us to, maybe I purposefully, most of the book is set here in North Carolina, I should say, but it's fun to maybe give a taste about other places. So this is going to be set in a small town called Hemingway, South Carolina, population 444, at a place that's about an hour and a half, 2 hours west of Charleston. And this is a place also called Scott's Barbecue, which is now run by a second generation pitmaster named Rodney Scott. Rodney Scott has gotten very famous globally over the past couple years for cooking whole hogs and for his South Carolina style. He just got back from Australia. I just talked to him today. I watched him cook in Napa Valley. I followed him to New York City to cook. He's a wonderful person, a beautiful man, and his work week starts not in the pit house, but in the forests surrounding Hemingway, South Carolina. Most pitmasters, you may know, buy their wood. They buy it by the pallet. They get it shipped and they stock it in in a corner or in the back of the pit house. Rodney never buys wood. He sources his wood from fallen trees or trees that need felling. So so this picks up just as he returns on a Monday from cutting wood, and I should say his work week starts on that Monday morning. He loads up a truck with at least 3 men armed with chainsaws, truck and trailer, out to source wood. All right, so here they've just returned. Whether split, chopped, or thrown into the fire hole, each scrap of oak, hickory, and pecan, Rodney does not care what goes in this fire most of the time, ends up in one of Scott's 3 imposing burn barrels. The barrels are salvaged from abandoned gas tanks that Rodney unearths, typically while hauling away donated lumber from local family farms that have gone belly up for the past several generations. The barrels are brilliant but simple feat of engineering, and if you have the book, there's a couple pictures of them in the color photographs. The cylindrical drums stand upright, 6 feet tall, their tops left open to receive chunks of wood. Just below their midsections, a misshapen ring of fist-sized holes puncture the sides of each barrel. Truck axles poke out from these openings like toothpicks in a potato, 5 in all, with trapped logs keeping them suspended. Once set ablaze, the wood smolders slowly, forcing the resulting embers to drop between the axles to fall to the barrel's base. There, a square hole has been cut, from which the freshly formed charcoal is ready to be shoveled out and into the nearby pits. Above this fire door, 3 larger holes are carved into the side to resemble a face. And throughout the night, with the aid of a long metal pole, the fire is stoked by violently driving the shaft up and down, like using a water pump, causing more coals, redder, hotter coals, to fall to the floor. The genius of the burn barrel's design has been recently replicated by businesses and backyard pitmasters nationwide, while its image has become an iconic facet of the Scots experience. Over time, the repurposed gas tanks warp and melt under the intense heat. Aglow and burning with flame, the barrel looks very much alive. A creature vomiting fire and ash, its head emitting sparks that loft 10 feet high to singe the leaves of overhanging trees. At night, especially during those evenings when the mercury drops to lows that make holding a cold beer a bitter and unwelcome act, Scots pit workers huddle around the barrel, often joined by other men from the community who sometimes arrive full of drink, stronger, warmer than beer. These men lend a helping hand, splitting wood, shoveling coals, telling good stories and great lies. They sit circling the barrel as if worshiping an angry, 3-eyed God who stands waiting for its sacrificial offering. For Rodney Scott, these fireside gatherings define barbecue more than meat, more than sauce. For him, barbecue is a place, a space for people to commune. When asked for his definition of barbecue, instead of repeating the dogmatic barbecue is a whole hog cooked over wood coals, Rodney offers a twist. Barbecue is a gathering, he told me, because, in his words, you rarely find an event without a grill, or somebody who's barbecuing or grilling, and of course, for us, it's been a business as well, but we try to interact with our people in the community to kind of remind them that it's just a laid-back type of thing. This was barbecue as social theory. Barbecue as something deeper than barbecue. This was a pitmaster moving toward the development of a philosophy of barbecue. A barbecue is a reunion, he emphasized, a party for everybody to come and join in and enjoy each other's company. And he's right. Nobody grills alone. No publishing houses are rushing to release a cookbook titled Going Solo at the Pit, or The Pleasures of Barbecuing for One. And at Scott's, unlike most pit houses, no one ever works alone. There are always at least two men on the clock. Oftentimes, I've noticed over the years, I cannot distinguish the employees, an amorphous network of relatives and neighbors, from those gathered here just to be here, to join the circle around the burn barrel, to enjoy one another's company. That unseen but understood welcome sign extends to visitors from outside the community. No one has ever chased me away at Scott's, and I've been chased away at other places. No one has ever told me not to print this, not to photograph that. In fact, Rodney welcomes visitors to tour the smokehouse, to take pictures, which he'll pose for, to ask questions, which he'll do his best to answer. My whole business plan is to let them share my world, he told me. Food, music, family. That's his list. That's his world. This is open source barbecue. This is barbecue as a social leveler. Rodney might not tell you what's in his barbecue sauce, and in my opinion, it's some of the best that's ever come into contact with pork, but his pit hands won't stop you from daring to peek into the tall stock pot of liquid simmering on a portable propane stove. A whiff and a glance will tell you that all you need to know to replicate a close approximation at home is vinegar, great scoopfuls of red and black pepper, and the secret ingredient, lemon slices. To showcase the transparency of his pits, the openness with which he operates, Rodney challenged me to name one time you were standing by a grill, he said, and someone didn't ask you a question. Did you marinate it? What'd you put on it? Where are you from? How do you cook where you're from? The barbecue pit was our nation's first office, water cooler. A safe space for convening and conversation, a site that harkens back to our love affair with fire. Gathering around the fire, seeking warmth at the fire, talking near the fire, staring contemplatively into the fire. And what better fire than this? A fire that provides enough work for at least two and usually many more men. A fire that will guarantee enough meat to feed all who could possibly gather. A fire that assures time to sit and think over enough hours in which to dissect the universe. What better fire to unite, to bring a community together than a whole hog fire?